Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome again to my podcast, Snack Starts. I say again, welcome to my podcast, Snack Starts. And what is my thought for today? Well, guys, I was thinking about the WNBA player, or soon to be former WNBA player, Caitlin Clark. I'll say it again, yes, Caitlin Clark. And for those of you that may or may not know who she is, Caitlin Clark is she played college ball Division I at the University of Iowa. And she broke many records, a lot of scoring records. I mean, many records when she was in college, and then she became a rookie last season, for the WNBA. And I guess maybe many of the other competitors in the Women's National Basketball Association may have taken offense, to I guess all the media attention, endorsements and everything that she was getting, and I'd heard about this young lady, Caitlin Clark, but I had never really watched her play before. I just, kept hearing about her. And as she decided to enter the draft and go into the WNBA, and turn pro, I'm hearing about, how ticket sales were up, mass media, was following her. And so what happened is that in her second season, I finally decided to check her out and see, exactly, who she is and how good she is. And I mean, I had an idea who she was, but I wanted to see for myself. I said, okay, there's got to be something special about this young lady with the way everybody's talking about her. And you got all of these different endorsers, seeking to endorse her, and she's getting all this media attention. And so what I did a couple of weeks ago, I decided to go on YouTube and just look at like maybe some highlights and even some games. And what I found is that this young lady is the real deal. I mean, she really is that good. Now I understand that there are other superstar players in the Women's National Basketball Association, and namely one of the newcomers that is fresh in the league as well, and that is a competitor to Caitlin Clark, is a young lady that's whose name is Angel Reese. And I mean, she's good. And I mean, she's really good. But my personal opinion, I like Caitlin Clark. A little better. So Angel Reese is bad, but to my opinion, Caitlin Clark is a little bit better, and she should have been the face of the WNBA. And so what I want to name and name this particular episode, I would say this to the WNBA and the naysayers: get over it. Caitlin Clark is good. Get over it. I mean, if you see this young lady play, you'll know she's the real deal. And what's the crazy part about it is that the WNBA commissioner and the guys that give out the contract, they gave her a like a rookie league, I guess minimum, something like only $78,000. And this young lady makes way more than that in endorsements, speaking engagements. I think she might have landed something like a $28 million deal with Wilson basketballs, and then I'm not sure if I think Michael Jordan may have even endorsed her, but I know she's landed other big contracts, and she gets paid a minimum of six figures, for a 30-minute speaking engagement, and her popularity is steadily spreading rapidly and increasing. And the crazy part about it is that the WNBA was losing money so bad that they had went to the men in the National Basketball Association and asked them would they just donate a small percentage of their salary so that they could help the women in the WNBA out. Now, this is before Caitlin Clark got there, okay? And so basically, if and now to understand something, the women's league, they're trying to protest and think they should get paid as much as men, but it's like you don't fill as many seats. Number one, number two, you don't have the media presence that the men's league does. People as far as viewership, people didn't want to watch it. Until Caitlin Clark got there. And let me tell you the impact of Caitlin Clark on the WNBA. When she was, I'm trying to think. I know the Indiana Fever, which is a team she plays for, she had went to the finals. When the Indiana Fever got eliminated and Caitlin Clark was no longer going to be seen in the WNBA playoffs, the WNBA immediately lost something like $40 million, and viewership just dropped. It just like plummeted, and so what has happened is that a league in Europe has offered her a contract for seven figures. They offering her big money, and so word on the street, I think, is that this is like her second year in the WNBA. I believe she may be leaving the WNBA and going to play for the league in Europe. And they've also guaranteed her, some other deals and will allow her to be the face, of the league. And my personal opinion, I think that she's a great ambassador for women's professional basketball. I really do. I think she has the core ingredients, the charisma, and the right personality, and as well as the talent with the hard work ethic to go with it. I mean, it's like this young lady. I'm gonna try to make an equivalent here, and please don't think I'm going too far. But for the women's league, this young lady may be the equivalent of the Michael Jordan, for the NBA, and she may be what Tiger Woods was to golf. I mean, she really is good, and what she went through, in her first 2 years. I mean, some of the competitors, they were doing a lot of flagrant fouls on her. I mean, really, like they trying to hurt this girl, you know what I'm saying? Because they are upset, that she comes in and she's getting all this attention, and even though the league itself, didn't pay her like they should have, she got all these endorsements, you know what I'm saying? But the young lady is good. She's good and she's talented, you know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying? My personal opinion, I think that she's the best player in the league, you know what I'm saying? Now, does she have some competition? Of course she does, but I think that she's the best player in the league, and she works really hard, you know what I'm saying, on her game, you know what I'm saying? And also, she's definitely, unselfish and team-oriented, but this girl is loaded with talent, you know what I'm saying? She's loaded with talent, and she's focused, and what I don't understand is that for the women that play in the WNBA, before she got there, if you're playing in a league where you have to basically get subsidized, by the NBA players, not from the commissioners. The commissioners are pulling a percentage of what comes. It's like a tax out of the men's check to fund your paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Then that ought to tell you something. And then all of a sudden, you get a young rising, and I'm talking about a budding superstar, you know what I'm saying, comes in, somebody that once in a lifetime player comes in and can lift your league out of the ashes where everybody benefits. I couldn't understand why the women, would hate her so much, or would want to either get her out the league or try to hinder, her success, because everybody is going to benefit, including the players. I mean, you got to think how the NBA one time was on its way down, until, let me see what you had. You had to bring in Julius Erving from the ABA to cause the ABA and the NBA to merge, which made them successful. But then it needed Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, to take it up another level. And then it needed Michael Jordan, to elevate it. And from there, the NBA, took off when Michael Jordan, entered that league. And Caitlin Clark is that for the WNBA. And the men, in the NBA, when Michael Jordan came along, there may have been some jealousy and some hate in the alleged freeze out game, but the men didn't squawk or beef. What they did, they went out there and they competed against Michael Jordan day in and day out. And it's basically, hey, let the best man win. Now, was there some hard fouls and flagrant fouls? Yes, with the Detroit Pistons, yes, there was, But they didn't go screaming and crying, and whining about it. They went out there and they played and they competed, when you are competing in a league, beauty and, gossip is not going to cut it. People want to see your talent displayed and they want to see what you can do. People want to see performance, and trying to turn it into, you can't turn the WNBA into a league of OnlyFans, or a bunch of gossiping, how long your eyelashes are and, how nice your figure is. It doesn't mean a hill of beans out there unless it equates, to performance on that basketball court. How nice your shape is, it doesn't put buckets in the basket. It doesn't fill seats in the arena. It doesn't sell tickets. And I think that some of the women in the league, it's like, hey, you got to look at it from a business standpoint. The WNBA is a business, it's not it's not a fashion model show. You got to get out there and perform, and that's what people want to see, a league that is competitive and intriguing, and whining is not competing. Now, if you can whine and you can produce and compete, on the court with Caitlin Clark, then that's different. But it's like, if you're going to whine and complain and run your mouth, you got to put up or shut up. And if you cannot outdo this young woman's, performance, and she happens to be the face of the league and she is better, then it comes to a certain point that you have to give people their fair due. And if she's that good, compete with her. If you think you're better than her, then prove it. Prove it by what you do, on the court, not by a whole bunch of gossiping and then a bunch of flagrant fouls, and then running to the media saying that, well, people they don't come just to see one player. They come to see us too. Well, ticket sales will be the judge of that. Media viewership of the games in the WNBA will dictate what the fans, want to watch. If Caitlin Clark happens to be that draw, I think it would behoove the ladies, that are competing in this league, don't complain about her. Hey, let her get, the celebrity, and you keep working on your game and, get your endorsements and do what you can to further your career, and also, get other endorsements and other things going. If she becomes the face of the WNBA, she promotes everybody that's in it, because now she creates interest. And I'm gonna have to be honest. I watched this, like I said, I only watched like a couple of weeks ago, and I watched some highlights, and then I watched a couple of games, and I was like, wow, this girl is the truth, man. She's the real deal. And now she has me interested because before I really didn't have much of an interest in the WNBA. I watched it a little bit maybe like years ago when Cynthia Cooper was in the league, and the WNBA has folded I think at least twice. So I watched a little bit, and then I took some interest of it when Candace Parker came out of college, from the University of Tennessee, and she went to the pros. I did take, some interest in it, a little bit, not much, but I did take some, and I would have liked to watch Candace Parker, but pretty much for the most of it, I really wasn't interested in the WNBA, but when I saw Caitlin Clark, I was like, yeah, I am willing to spend money, I'm willing to watch the games in the league, besides Caitlin Clark, and I'm willing to spend money on tickets, and if Caitlin Clark is going to be there, yeah, I'm willing to put some money out of my pocket to watch that young lady play. She's good, and I like her. She has made me a fan of hers, and I only just watched her 2 weeks ago. So, hey, if she does happen to go to Europe, and play for them, well, I guess I'll have to book myself a plane ticket, and I will be, she will have gained a new fan, but she's the real deal. There ain't no doubt about it, and I just think that for the competitors in the league, if you happen to have once in a lifetime player that comes along, don't get mad about it, just roll with it and just keep working on your game, do the best you can, and while she's being the face of your league and she's lifting it up and everybody's going to make more money, use that as an opportunity to showcase your talent and also to see what endorsement deals or whatever other platforms you can build off of this. That's the way to go about it. And don't flagrant foul, this girl, play her straight up. Everybody's going to get fouled and get some hard fouls in there, but, don't play dirty. That's not the way the game was supposed to be played. But that's just my opinion. But you guys ought to check her out. Those of you, if you haven't seen Caitlin Clark play, I'm trying to tell you, I would recommend check this girl out. She's the real deal. But to the naysayers, and to the WNBA, that's like, come on, y'all got to use some common sense, man. You don't let your gold mine go like that. And you guys should have came out and you should have paid her more money and stop being so cheap. Pay the girl, what she's worth, or else you're going to lose her. And it looks like she may be going to golf to the LGPA, and she may be going to this league in Europe. But if she goes to the league in Europe, I will be over there, and I will be paying for tickets and buying her merchandise, all of that stuff, The girl is good, Give her her credit, give her a fair due. That's all I have on this one, guys. And the name of this podcast is Snacks Thoughts. SNAKZTHOUGHTS. Snacks Thoughts. And you can find this podcast on Spotify, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Radio PBM, and a host of social media outlets. So please join my podcast, Snacks Thoughts, and also have a YouTube channel, Eric Broadus YouTube, EricBroadus YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. So go over to my YouTube channel, smash that bell to become a subscriber, turn on all notifications, smash the like button to like the videos. You don't like them, hit the unlike button. Either way, leave a comment. Love to dialogue with you to hear your thoughts. And also, I have a Rumble channel, Snacks123, SNAKZ 123 on Rumble. Go over to Rumble, and subscribe. Follow me on Rumble. Smash the like button to like the videos. Unlike button if you don't like them. Either way, leave a comment. Love to dialogue with you. And lastly, I have some products on 5 best weight loss products. And so I'll leave a link in the description. But, click on the link, if you're interested in burning and shedding belly fat and losing weight, I recommend, purchasing the products. Next to God, our health is the most valuable thing that we have. But that's all I have on this one. And thank you to all my followers on Rumble, all my subscribers on YouTube, Snacks Thoughts, the whole 9, guys. the whole nine. But share and push them out. Snack Starts, Eric Brothers YouTube, Snacks 123 on Rumble, and the 5 best weight loss products. Share and push them out with friends, family, frenemies, enemies, bats, dogs, rats, goats, cats, whatever. Share and push them out, guys. Catch you out on the next one. And Caitlin Clark is the real deal. Get over it. Peace.